This is the first 6S quad that I built, and I'm going to give you a few tips that will make your building a lot better and a lot easier. Now when you put this together, it puts together just like a 4S quad, except for you have to use different components that all support 6S. These are Racer Star 2507 motors, and these support 6S just fine. They're a little large, and they're about 40 grams a piece. That makes them kind of heavy. This is a Boss medium frame, which is an ultralight frame, and the arms being a little skinny with these big motors makes them more likely to snap. Now, because of this, because of these large motors, I think it had a problem where a lot of extra vibrations were being sent down into the flight board. And so what was happening when I would fly it is it would kind of have little twitches where it would kind of twitch while it was flying, just go along and twitch. And then if I try to give it full throttle, sometimes it would just backflip, and then it's back to normal. And as long as I kept it off the throttle and didn't try to get near full throttle, it was doing fine. So what did I do to fix it? I will tell you. This is my 4S quad that I've been flying. It has these Sam Gook 2600 kV motors. This one flies pretty well for me. I flew at the Midwest Drone Battle and did fair. And this one comes in about 470 grams, all up weight, including the battery. Now here's the 6S quad, again with the 6S battery, and this one comes in about 557, so it's almost 80 grams, maybe 90 grams heavier than the 4S quad. Now I don't know why, but this board in here, for some reason, is ultra sensitive to vibrations, and I don't know if it's because of the bigger motors or because of the 6S or what's causing it. Well, so what I had to do was I had to get some of these little rubber spacers to put in here to give a little bit of anti-vibration dampening to the board. This is what they look like. They're just little rubber pieces with screws coming out of it, and they have the place where screws can screw into the top, and then when the vibrations come in here, that rubber is supposed to dampen all the vibrations that are getting into the flight board. Well, at least most of them. Even after installing the rubber dampeners in here, I was still getting small twitches in the quad and it's flying. Now I thought maybe it's a PID tuning thing. Well, the only thing that can be feeding vibrations into this flight board are the motors. Nothing else on the whole quad moves, so it had to be these. So next thing I tried and actually fixed the issue was putting some of these silicone rubber dampeners under each of the motors. Just unscrew them, put the rubber dampeners in, screw them back down, try to get them fairly, equal on the tightness so your motors point straight up and you don't have any, odd angles coming out of it. But this is what they look like. There's 4 of them to come in a package, and they are stuck to this little rubber or this little plastic thing in here. But some people have been using silicone or TPU ones, and I don't think the TPU ones would work quite as well as the silicone, only because the silicone is a little bit softer material, and I think it's going to dampen the vibrations a lot better. At our last practice, I started off flying this 4S quad, and it was doing just fine for me, and I thought, well, I'm going to try one more time on the 6S quad now that I got the rubber dampeners installed, and the 6S quad came out and was awesome. It handles a lot better around corners, and oh man, I tell you, like I said before, I'm not building any more 4S quads only because I think the 6S quads are going to be the new de facto standard for most people in drone racing. There's still going to be a lot of 4S quads, and there's still going to be 4S quads around for a long time just because they're so saturated into the market. But I think 6S quads is where it's going to go. Anyway, if you're going to be building a 6S quad, I strongly recommend you pick up a set of rubber dampeners if your flight board doesn't come with them already, and a set of these silicone and motor vibration things, dampeners, so that way you will hopefully have far less vibrations making it into your flight board, and you will have a lot better flying experience. Anyway, if you have any questions about this, leave them down in the comments. I do know that the Pyro Flip board has the little gummies installed in there, and a lot of my friends have those, and they work just as well. Anyway, comments or discussion points, leave them down in the comments, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. And as always, thanks for watching.